I'm going to show you the fastest way to recruit 100 real estate agents into your brokerage. So whether you're running a traditional brokerage, I'm talking about the franchise, boutiques, the independent, the flat fees with 100% commission, or a team model, or you're simply looking to recruit agents into your downline at a virtual cloud-based real estate brokerage like eXp Realty or your Real Broker, this video is for you. And the best part, you can do it without having a big personal brand. I mean, you don't need to become a Ryan Serhant. You don't need to be a top producer with people lining up to learn from you. And you also do not have to chase again. You also don't need to be the one that is chasing. Now, I know that is a very big promise. So you might likely be wondering, am I even qualified to talk about something regarding this? So my name is Jazz. I'm one of the co-founders here at Agent Attraction IO. And we've worked with over 2,800 real estate agents, team leaders, and brokers. And we actually started out by helping real estate agents, maybe team leaders and brokers just like yourself, generate leads online first. But and this was like about 6 years ago. But 3 years ago, we transitioned into recruiting, and we have never looked back ever since then. And we've worked with one of the presidents of a top 3 publicly traded real estate brokerage. And along the way of being in the industry and solving recruiting and agent attraction for people like yourself, we've helped and generated case studies like the ones that I'm going to mention just right now. So Nick Harris made $42,000 in a single month with his digital product sales, on top of recruiting producing agents into his revenue share organization. Alex, who's also now become a very good friend, has made an extra $3,900 in profit share from the dozens of agents that we've helped him recruit. Kate spends $10 a day and books 3 to 5 appointments per week with agents who want to partner up with her. And Renee got paid $8,000 upfront by an agent who joined her at eXp Realty, plus 2 more agents that we've helped her recruit. Michael recruited his first agent within just a few days of launching. Keith attracted 8 agents into his independent brokerage and made an extra $50,000 from onboarding fees. Sean, he's onboarding 1 agent per day, not per week. He's onboarding 1 agent per day to his brokerage. And that is just a handful from the last month. I mean, if I went through all the case studies, I mean, we would just be here all day. And on top of all of the case studies that we've helped generate, we've gotten 95 verified Trustpilot reviews from, real agents like yourself with a 4.8 star rating. And yes, all those reviews are real because you do need a verified profile on Trustpilot to leave one. So with all that credibility all out of the way, which I gave to you for a reason, so that you can listen to me, let's actually talk about why you're really here. So what is the fastest way to recruit agents into your brokerage? So we actually started out working with the biggest recruiters at the virtual cloud-based brokerage models that I'm sure you're familiar with, the ones with the downline models, and you're able to recruit people nationwide. And after years of working with them, we started noticing a pattern, and one that I'm sure you have yourself also seen as well. The top recruiters, the ones that are making serious money, they're not cold calling. They weren't cold DMing agents on social media. They also were not throwing up job boards on Indeed or ZipRecruiter. They weren't buying email lists to spam them with a bunch of emails. And they definitely were not spending every day at a coffee date or at lunch and learns, for example. Because here is the real problem with all of the stuff that I just mentioned. You yourself are reaching out to the other person first. And the moment that you do that, you give up all the power. It's like walking up to a woman at the bar. She has the leverage. You don't have the leverage. When you're the one chasing, you look needy, you look desperate, you look salesy. And let's be honest, and when was the last time that you switched a brokerage from a cold call like that? Exactly, I'm sure you have never done that yourself in the past. So what makes you think that other people will do the same? Even if you do land someone that way, it's usually a brand new agent or a low producer who won't make you any money anyways, and they'll probably churn out anyway. So what did the top recruiters do instead? They led with value. Now for the agents that are revenue share brokerages, because they can recruit nationwide, they usually typically promoted a digital product. And the way I want you to think about a digital product is think of an online course, a coaching program, something that helped other agents increase their production, their GC, and ultimately their income. And instead of giving it away for free, they charged thousands of dollars for it. Only after delivering that value did they bring up the conversation about switching brokerages. So do you see how different that feels? There's no sales pressure, there's no chasing, it's only attraction. Now this model works perfectly for national recruiting. But traditional brokers started reaching out, as we were working with the agents at cloud-based brokerages, at the virtual brokerages, but traditional brokers started reaching out to us too. And we knew a digital product alone would not scale the same way locally because, the market size is of course much smaller than if you were reaching out to every agent in the United States or Canada. So in solving that, we discovered something that we now like to call a 24/7 digital recruiter. It's essentially built for busy brokers who don't want to be chasing agents all day, every day. It pretty much runs in the background, lets you work on the business and not in the business. And all you have to do is set it up one time and agents start coming to you. So what exactly is the digital recruiter? It's essentially a VSL funnel. Now, don't get intimidated by that term, VSL funnel. So let me actually break it down for you because it's much more simpler than you actually think. Think of a how-to YouTube video. Think about a webinar or think about some sort of a free training. That is what a VSL, video sales letter, really is. It's basically a sales pitch, but disguised as a training video. And the funnel itself, it's just 3 simple pages. And a funnel, when I'm talking about a funnel, it's like another word for website in a way. The very first page is nothing but the video for the VSL funnel. And here's how it works. The video starts by giving away something of value. And that VSL, the value video that you have on the first page of the funnel, it's something that helps another agent increase their production, their GCI, or their income. Because let's be honest, if I did ask you what most agents really care about, the answer is very simple. What do most real estate agents really care about? They want to learn how to generate more leads. They want to learn how to generate more buyers or sellers. They want to learn how to get more listings. They want to learn how to get more clients. So the training almost always centers around generating more lead. It's always related to lead generation. You give them, a few golden nuggets in the video, something that feels like a free win. And only after that you've provided the value is when you make your offer. So did you notice what's happening right now? You're watching me explain this to you. I'm giving you value first. Full transparency, at the end of this video, I will make you an offer too, but only after I've given you something useful. That is the exact psychology behind a VSL funnel. So let me give you an example. Here's a funnel one agent is using right now. And in this funnel, he's teaching other agents how to hit $1 million in GCI in, I believe, a little over 3 years or like 34 months. And it leads with the free training on the front end. And at the end of the video, he pivots to his offer, the offer to come join his brokerage. And just to really drive this, this point home, here are a few examples of the type of value that you can lead with. So one example is how to double your production in the next 90 days without spending $1 on ads. Another example could be that how agents in this market are booking 5 to 7 new appointments per month consistently without slashing fees. A third example could be how to launch a plug-and-play lead system that produces, real leads in just under 24 hours. So do you see how different that feels compared to, we'll just give you better splits, we have lower fees, we're like a family, we have great culture, we provide training and mentorship, everyone is already saying that. The truth is, when you say it too, you sound like every other broker in your area. You don't sound any different. So this right here is a secret. You lead with value first. Then and only then is when you make a pitch to someone to come join your brokerage, because here's the truth. Most brokers aren't struggling because of their splits, their culture, or their competition. I'm sure almost every brokerage out there, if they're still in business, I'm sure there's something of value there. So why they're really struggling is because they never figured out how to package their offer. That is what the 24/7 digital recruiter solves. You create this sort of one-time value first video. I like to personally call it digital real estate. And the reason why I like to call it 24/7 digital real estate is because it runs 24/7 in the background. It delivers your best pitch in the best way every single time. It's one-to-many, it's not one-to-one. And even better, it pre-frames and warms up agents before you even ever speak to them. It answers their questions, it handles objections, and overcomes any concerns before you're even on the call with them. This call could be over Zoom, or it can also be an in-person meeting. That means that when agents finally do reach out, they're already sort of leaning in. They're already interested. They're not this like completely cold prospect, and they already understand your value. And it is a difference between you chasing the woman at the bar and her walking straight over to you first. Now, at this point into the video, a lot of you guys might be thinking, what sort of value can I even provide in this VSL, in this value-driven video? On the first page that is going to go onto my funnel. Do I have to be great on camera? Do I need Hollywood level production and a huge budget? And will this even work if my offer doesn't feel as strong as some brokers in my area. Let me tell you the truth. You're a broker. You did not get here by being part of the 70% of the agents who acquire real estate within the first 5 years. All you really have to do is think about the 3 steps, maybe 4, maybe 5, that you would take to generate leads in your area. They could be buyer leads, it could be seller leads. I mean, heck, it can also be investor leads. Think about how you would convert them. It doesn't have to be brand new. It just has to be valuable. Remember, what you're really doing is you're really just giving people a reason to listen to you. For example, when I started, this video, I led with proof. I did that so that we're the real deal here at agentattraction.io. And here's something else. Most of our clients don't even record a video in one perfect take. They script it out, they record in chunks, and then they even let an editor sort of like stitch it all together. And a lot of our clients, we also tell them to use a teleprompter too. It makes it 10 times easier. Now, maybe you're still thinking, what if my brokerage offer isn't even strong enough? Here's a secret. When you lead with value first, agents will already want to talk to you. Think about it. If someone gives you even one golden nugget, don't you naturally want to hear more from that person? That's how this works. Sure, if we're offering something like Zillow Flex, it doesn't really get much better than that. But even if you don't, the right presentation makes your brokerage look sexy. And this is a good time to tell you about how we can also help. If you want everything, set up for you and handed to you on a silver platter, unlike most companies that sort of trap in long-term contracts, we start with a 16-week partnership, with our clients. And in that time, we plug you into one of our 2 systems. One is designed for recruiters who are at a revenue share brokerage who want to scale their downline nationally. The other is designed for traditional brokers who want to recruit locally. And if you're a traditional broker, the system is built to recruit 100 producing agents within a 12-month time period, just like Sean, who's recruiting 1 agent per day into his brokerage, or Alex, who recruited an agent who did 40 deals last year. So here's what happens. We first and foremost build out your 24/7 digital recruiter for you. We script out your VSL after asking you the right questions, and we package your brokerage in a sexy, compelling way so appointments get booked right onto your calendar. And we also take care of all of the tech, and you can either record the video yourself, you can have a team member do it, or we'll even provide professional actresses to record it for you. And that is how we've produced dozens of VSLs for our broker clients. And on top of all of that, we'll even give you a faceless, unbranded white label course filled with lead generation strategies that your agents can start using right away. So if you've ever felt like your brokerage doesn't stand out, facing crazy competition in the market, and this instantly gives you something unique and valuable to offer. Now, you might be wondering, is the white label even any good? If I'm going to put my name and my brand, my reputation on the line, can I really trust it? If I'm going to be giving this white label to my team of agents, that is a very fair point. And I'm sure that's a concern that the majority of you would have. That is a valid concern. And we get it. That is the number one concern that most brokers do have. So let me actually show you a bit of proof. So here's an example. One of our clients plugged her agent into the white label. The agent, without spending a single dollar on ads, booked an appointment with the buyer. Now tell me, what agent wouldn't love generating leads for free? No more paying third-party lead generation companies, no more cutting checks to the big dog Zillow that just drains your wallet. And for agents who do want to invest into paid ads, another agent who went to do a white label picked up $1 million listing in just 7 days, and that came directly from one of the seller paid advertising campaigns that we do teach into the white label product. Now, I don't want to keep talking forever, so here's the deal. If you do want to get a full inside look at everything that we have to offer, see real case studies of brokers just like yourself, and even get a price to work with us, click somewhere around this video. It should likely be below a video. You'll find a link and apply to come work with us. And that is pretty much it. My name is Jazz. Now we'll see you next time.